These next tests require cooperation. Consequently, they have never been solved by a human. That's where you come in. You don't know pride. You don't know fear. You don't know anything. You'll be perfect. Test chamber completed. Continue testing. Continue testing. Continue testing. The two of you have forged an excellent partnership. Now it's time for your real purpose. Don't disappoint me, or I'll make you wish you could die. Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. Today, you will be testing with a partner. Please wave to your partner. Good. The upcoming tests require you to work together as a team.
Okay, to get started, Jeff, let's have you walk right over there and pick up your portal gun.
Orange is first to acquire a portal device. Blue now has a portal device. Finally.
So this is the same portal gun you had in the first game that shoots two portals that you can walk through. So Jeff, why don't you go ahead and put one of your portals right in front of you on that wall. And then up and to your left there's another surface. Yeah, right there. Why don't you put your other portal there and walk through. And then head to your left. So communication is incredibly important in Portal 2 because you're working with someone else to solve problems. But sometimes it's really difficult in words to express things like where you want someone to put your portal. So to help with that, we built what we call the ping tool.
Your ping tool is invaluable for communicating specific locations to your partner.
So here you can see that Jeep is going to use the ping tool to put some locators in the world. And Jeff, if you run back over there, run through that fizzler there? Right, perfect. Jeep's going to put some markers down using the ping tool, and you can put your portals where he is locating. So put one portal there, one to the other side. Perfect, and now Jeep can run through your portals. So we'll go head over here to the left through the fizzler. And Jeff, if you click down on your right stick, just click on it down, perfect, you can use your ping tool. So why don't you show Jeep where to put his portals right there. Alright, perfect. So head on through there, and that's your first portal puzzle. Well done.
Excellent. Although great science is always the result of collaboration, keep in mind that, like Albert Einstein and his cousin Terry, history will only remember one of you.
So to give you guys an idea of the length of Portal 2's co-op experience, it's about twice the length of the single player from Portal 1, and the single player portion of Portal 2 is also twice the length of the single player of Portal 1. So there's a lot of new content. Some of that new content we'll show you here. If you look on Jeep's screen on the side, you can see that big nasty beam there. We call that the thermal discouragement beam. It is very hot, be careful. And also this weird looking cube that Jeep's looking at, if he picks that up, we call this the Reflector Cube. So he's going to take this over here and put it in the beam. And, oop, Jeff, watch out. I would recommend hiding. It can be aimed all over the test chamber, including at your friend. Everybody wave to Jeff. So, Jeff, if you turn around to your left there, you can see these things on the floor. We call those beam receptors, and what we want to do in this chamber is take this laser and pass it through these two receptors at once, and that's going to open the door for us. So to do that, Jeep is going to put one of his portals here and one portal on the other side of this wall. And you can see that that kind of bores a hole through the wall to complete this circuit. So Jeff, why don't you go ahead and do the same thing with your pair of portals here. Oh, yep, excellent. There you go. So that's our first 4-portal puzzle.
To reiterate, this is not a competition. Still, if it were, Orange would be winning. It's not, though.
Good job, Orange. So you may have, if you've seen our single-player videos, you've probably seen the discouragement beam before, the gels, the excursion funnels, the aerial faith plates. All those things from the single-player game are also present in the co-op portion of the game. There's a new element that we'd like to show you today that we haven't shown anyone before, which is the hard light bridge. You can see it here, and it's you can stand on it, as Jeff is so accurately showing, and it's actually projecting through space. So if Jeep goes ahead and puts a portal at the end of this, and then places his other portal, you can see that this bridge will extend through the portals out to the other side. And so by moving his portal, Jeep can actually use this as a tool now, and we're going to use this to cross this deadly slime. Actually, Jeff's leading the way. He's fearless. All right, Jeff. Exercise a little caution while jumping down here. Perfect. And if you look to your right, so what we want to do basically is go down here and then take a left. So to start that process, Jeep is going to move the bridge that you guys got over here on by moving his portal over to this section. So Jeff, why don't you jump on there? Oh, nicely done. That was close. So we need to make a turn here, but if Jeep were to take his bridge and move it, it would come out from underneath him and they would both fall in the slime, and we don't want that. But luckily Jeff has his own portals here, so he can place one portal right where you're looking, and right there. And now he's not only reprojected Jeep's bridge, but he's also turned it 90 degrees. So with 2 pairs of portals, you can do some fairly complex things. So now you jump down right there, Jeff. Perfect. Jeep's on his way. All right.
I don't want to drive a wedge between the two of you, but I've been studying close performance, and I don't know how to put this. I'm certain you're trying very hard.
So in this final test chamber that we're going to show you, we're going to do a maneuver that you saw in the video before. If you played the original Portal, there was something you could do where you would put a portal on the floor, you would put one above your head, and we called that an infinite fall. And so you could fall through there over and over again. We gave you an achievement for it. It wasn't really useful for anything. It was good for making your friends sick. But in co-op, we can actually take that a step further and turn that into a valuable tool. So here you can see that we need to cross this test chamber. And to do that, we're going to have Jeff build up a bunch of momentum and fling himself across. And so to do that, Jeep is going to actually set up an infinite fall here for Jeff. One portal up there. So Jeff, why don't you bravely jump in there? Perfect. So now as Jeff builds up momentum, Jeep's going to walk around to the other side here and move his portal to fling Jeff out the other side. There's another element in this test chamber, which is the huge wall that Jeep forgot to move. Now, we don't want any bad feelings between these two, so why don't we just hug it out? It's a good strategy in real life. We'll utilize that here too today. There we go. So not only can you do gestures by yourself, but there's a full suite of cooperative gestures that you can do as well with your partner. So if you still have any faith in Jeep, Jeff, why don't you jump into his portals? And this time Jeep's going to move that huge wall. And now we're going to have Jeff come rocketing out of there. Perfect. Great. Now Jeff, I don't blame you if you want to leave Jeep behind, but why don't, just for the purpose of this demo, we'll bring him with. So why don't you go over to the left there and put your portals where Jeep had his before and set up an infinite fall for him. And you can actually just shoot right over Jeep's, that's perfect. So you can shoot right over Jeep's portals and take them over. A little up. There you go, perfect. And we'll give you the chance to be the bigger person here and actually move that wall so Jeep doesn't fall to his death. So why don't you go ahead and hit that button first with your blue button. Perfect. And then you want to move your top portal so your left trigger. Excellent. Oh, Jeep overshot a little bit. It's okay. Everything's good. All right, let's head through. All right, so that's just a taste of Portal 2's co-op experience. Portal 2 is coming in February of this next year, I should say. We're going to be on the PC, the Mac, Xbox 360, and the PlayStation 3. Thanks, everybody.